Hello folks. Welcome to Hellcat Spinning Arcade number 74. Today I'm going to be playing Suikoden 1. Maybe. So, I had to take care of some burger and chicken. Our freezer went out and screw it. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Hey, Terry. Oh, that's not gonna work. Screw it. How you doing, Terry? Not too bad. I'm going to be eating while I do this, so hopefully you don't hear me masticating on screen. Yeah, I streamed this, I think, sometime last year, but it was just because I had the spare 20 minutes to go to work, and I figured I would see if I could stream with the emulator. I think that was before I started playing with OBS. If you wanted to join in on the chat, I got a Hangout link in the description. There it is. Hey, Terry.
Going.
Oh, it's going.
But yeah, I remember you were streaming this game before, and yeah, this is one I never actually played. Uh, uh, it looks fairly generic. Like I don't know if it does anything all that new, but you know, sometimes that's all you want. You just want a standard JRPG.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any difference between this one and the second one, with an exception of maybe um, a couple of the like the war things.
Okay.
Like when you go to like an on map war, that's different. And what else? Yeah, pretty much everything else is the same.
Hmm. I mean, I don't know when this came out, so maybe it was good at at the time, but yeah, it looks like stock standard JRPG to me.
Yeah, it's 95.
Okay, so about the same time as Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I really liked Chrono Trigger because I like anything with time travel, to be honest. Um, and I was impressed with the way Chrono Trigger, like, if you opened it in the past, it was gone in the future. But if you opened it in the future, you could go back and open it in the past and get like the same chest twice if you did it in the right order.
Yeah.
But I thought things like that were like a nice little touch that they didn't have to do, but the fact that they did was cool.
Yeah, it did make things a little interesting.
Yeah. The So I'm guessing this was a PlayStation 1 game?
Yes.
Okay. Trying to remember my timelines. I'm pretty sure that 95 was still PlayStation 1.
Yep.
So let's
And I will be using save states to cheat on the money games.
see. I think that's fair. That's fair. I think you'd be silly not to.
Well, it's either that or I'm just gonna like load a save, waste everyone's time with that. So
Mhm. It turns out the PlayStation 2 wasn't until the year 2000. So yeah, this is well and truly PS1 era. It's, I gotta say, the PlayStation 2 was awesome. That was like probably the best console. If I take my rose tinted Nintendo goggles off, because with those goggles, the Super Nintendo is the best. But if I take them off, I think the PlayStation 2 is probably the best.
yeah, yeah, it was definitely one of the best consoles out there.
Yeah, I think it's. I think the Wii overtook it, but for a long time it was the best-selling console of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, apparently it's still the best-selling. Um,
Really?
because I looked at the Wikipedia page and it's And it says the PS2 is the best-selling video game console of all time. So I thought the Wii overtook it, but I guess not.
Well, no, the Wii did really well.
Yeah. I didn't like the Wii. I thought it was not really very good. But I mean, it's sold a lot. Everyone knows that it sold a hell of a lot of units.
Oh yeah. I'm contemplating whether or not to get the PS5 when it comes out. But I think
I'm not going to get it.
I'm gonna wait. I'm definitely gonna wait.
I'm just straight up not going to get it. As I see things, any game that comes out on console will probably come out on Steam. Like 98% of games that come out on a console come out on Steam as well. And I have enough games already that I'm willing to forego that 2% of exclusives.
Yeah.
Because like when the Final Fantasy VII remake was announced, I thought it might be like sufficient bait for me to get a PS4, and then it turned out that it was not something that I wanted to play after all. So I was like, okay, well, I don't need a PS4 then.
Yeah. I like it, but I definitely agree that they changed too much.
Yeah, well, I was largely on board with the changes, except for the combat system, which I think Final Fantasy should be turn-based.
Yes.
I don't even like active time battle. I'll accept it, like it's the least egregious alteration, but Final Fantasy should be turn-based, and I didn't like the combat system as I saw it in the remake. But apart from that, everything I saw was pretty cool until the ending. And it's like, no, fuck this game. And hey, Sir Adamantine.
Hey, Addy. I somewhat disagree. But they really haven't explained why the ending was the way it was.
Well, as I understood the ending, and you've played it and I haven't, so you can go into any mistakes I've made. They were basically saying the ghost thingies were keeping the game on track with the original, and whenever they tried to deviate from the original, the ghosts would quickly fix things and push things back into the right direction. And by killing those ghosts, they've given themselves permission to say, we don't give a fuck what happened in the original. We're doing this our way. I'm like, no, fuck you guys. Don't call it a remake if you're going to do that.
I think the only way I think they could redeem it in that case is if there is a conflict between this timeline set of heroes, protagonists, and the remakes, protagonists.
I will probably, like, when the second game comes out, I'll probably watch a playthrough of it. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the first reviews before I do anything, because I was kind of hoping that, because I was watching like some things on there like, oh yeah, you could play it like just like it would be if you were playing the original, and I was like, okay, that's cool, it'd be a nice set. And
yeah,
no, it's not at all like that.
No. And honestly, if that classic mode had actually been what they promised, I probably would have bought a PS4 just to play the game.
Yeah.
But the fact that don't like the way, like as I said, I haven't played it, but I don't like, from what I've seen of the combat system, it doesn't look like something I'd enjoy. And coupled with the ending, it's like, well, no, that's too much. That's too much for me to forgive.
But I think it was a third of the way through, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, this seems familiar. I'm like, why does this seem familiar? And then it finally hit me. I'm like, this is fucking Chrono Cross. Like,
Because I saw a lot of comparisons to Kingdom Hearts, which I haven't played. So, no, I've played it, but I don't remember it. Like, I didn't get into it.
I played the intro, and I was done.
Yeah, I think I was about the same. But apparently, the guy who wrote Kingdom Hearts wrote the remake of Final Fantasy VII, and so those similar themes come across, and so all the changes that made me roll my eyes. Everyone in the chat, in the comment section of the videos I was watching, was like, yeah, fucking, and then whatever the guy's name is like bringing his Kingdom Hearts shit into this game. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
All I know is his name is very Japanese sounding. I can't remember a single syllable in it.
Yoshi.
Sure. Let's go with that. So the comments would be like, oh, fucking Yoshi. What's he bringing his Kingdom Hearts shit into this game for?
That doesn't sound racist at all.
But yeah, I would if there's a collection where they have the entire game, like all the games that make up the remake, and it's like dirt cheap, I might play it, but only if it's on Steam. I'm not going to buy a console for it, and only if it's like 90% off.
I think what I'm going to do, because these games are accessible now.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it, like, I'm going to be playing this game, and it's going to be $60 per game.
Yes.
And I don't even know how many chapters they're going to go.
No, I have no idea. I would assume a minimum of 3, but it could quite easily be 4 or 5.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, the first disc for the original, that went to...
Eris dying was the end of the first disc.
Yeah. That you got a lot of story out of that.
Yeah. So, I could see the second game making it to the point where Eris dies, and if they do that, then I could see it being 5 parts to this. If you do 2 games per disc, and then the third disc was like a lot shorter than the other 2, I could see 5.
Yeah. I just think that if they don't kill off Eris it better be for a good reason.
There is no good reason. There is not a single. There is no reason to let Eris live. Not one.
I'm gonna say I can't think of one. Let me. I gotta find the F1 to save, F3 to load. Okay.
Okay. No, because her death is a critical part of the story. If that doesn't happen, then like the whole thing with the white materia, I can't even remember what the name of it was, but the one that acted Sephiroth's spell, the holy materia or something.
I can't even remember what it was either.
No, but like her dying and returning to Earth was like a necessary part of the plot. You can't remove it. you might as well remove Cloud at that point. Uh, it's it's like a key part of the story. It, it'd be like uh, removing the well from Jack and Jill. It's like Jack and Jill went up the hill and then they came back down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ares absolutely must die for the story to work. But they've given themselves permission to do whatever the hell they want. That's it. My interpretation of the ending is them saying, "Fuck consistency, fuck following the original. We want to do what we want to do," and that might be letting her live and completely fucking up the story. Like, there is no reason to think that the second game will have any similarity to the original. They've given themselves permission to not do that. And I think it would be rather foolish for them to do that. But, I mean, they could. Big hit. But, yeah, so I would
And that's how that works.
yes, I would need the game to be dirt cheap and on Steam for me to even consider getting it. But there were bits I liked. I thought the whole bit with forget his name, but the annoying guy that sent you on missions and gave you the summons.
Yeah. Yeah, the weird guy.
Yeah, the little kid thing. But I like the idea that you had these mini challenges to complete and your reward was a summon.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. And then you have to kill the summon, like defeat it in battle, in order to actually have it for yourself. It's like, these are cool ideas. And leveling up your weapons, I like that. There's lots of good ideas in the game. It's just that the two big ones, like the combat system and following the story,
Yeah.
are bad, and that's enough to overshadow the good parts.
Yeah, I am losing track of this coin. I have been...
I'm not it.
Holy shit. I am definitely just guessing on most of these.
Well, what you should do is save state before you pick one, and then if you get it wrong, pick another one.
That's pretty much... That's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Like, after they've been shuffled, but before you choose, because you don't want to deal with the randomness. Like, after they've been shuffled, save state, and then just it'll take you 3 attempts at most to find it. Yay! How'd you know?
I don't know, it's just like intuition.
Yeah.
Let's see. 66, okay.
There was a game, I forget which, I think it was Leisure Suit Larry. One of the Leisure Suit Larry games was impossible to win unless you did that, save scumming. Because you need to make money, and the only way to make money is the casino. And the only way to make money at the casino is to save and then reload if you lose. And it was like part of the game. If you got the official guidebook, the solution, like the official solution, was save scum to make money.
Like the big money maker in here is the one where you have the dice in the cup.
Okay.
And that one, if you... Oh, motherfucker. I forgot to save the state on that one.
A blank. So, apparently Mr. Scott is feeling a bit cold. Because you use the devil's temperature system, 33 degrees sounds like really hot. Like, 33 degrees is summer.
Yeah, that's almost... I think that's 0 for you guys.
I think that's about right, yeah. But no, if I see 33 degrees, I think, fuck, that's like a hot summer's day. But no, if it's 0, then yes, that is excessively cold.
Yeah, I think we've gotten to 40 something. 40 degrees is the low.
So let's look that up.
That's about 10 degrees for you guys.
Okay, 10 is like cold, but not freezing. It's just uncomfortably cold.
Yeah.
It's something that I would see in winter is, about 10 degrees.
All right, I'm gonna leave this one up to you guys and to watching. See if you can catch the $10,000 one.
Okay, let's do it. Make sure you save.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, chat, where is it? Because I can tell you've got no fucking idea.
It's the left one to the start. Well, that was a good guess.
That is way too fast.
Yeah.
There's no way I can follow that.
Yeah, and I think it's clearly either people are just like, oh yeah, he's gonna cheat on this, and then, or they you're relying on luck.
Yeah.
Or someone with the slow-mo camera.
The thing is, if you're doing it purely by luck, it's a terrible bet. You will lose far more money than you make.
Oh yeah. Although I think the one thing I really like about this game is that you can gamble. Oh, motherfucker.
It's funny because I'm seeing it about 10 seconds after you comment on it. So it's like I can hear you like that was a lucky guess, and the cups are still moving.
Yeah.
And 40 degrees is 4.4. That is excessively cold. Anything in single digits is too cold.
I think 40,000 is good enough. 50,000.
Well, I suppose it depends how expensive things are. How much can you buy with 50 grand?
Well, the cheap part is the armor. The more expensive part is the powering up your weapons.
Ah. That is pretty cheap if you've got 60 grand. Like a couple of $100 each. So if you're not doing save states, how often can you save in this game?
Just on regular.
Yeah.
You can save as many times as you want, as long as you're, like if you're at a hotel.
So it's sort of like you have to be on the world screen. Can you save as much as you want there, or?
No, you have to. They have these orbs in the world maps or at any inn in town.
Okay. So you have save points that you have to go to save.
Yeah.
Okay. And no, I have never canned meat. I've taken meat out of cans, but I've never put it in. Everyone knows the greatest canned meat is obviously Spam.
Spam is good. It's good stuff.
There's egg and bacon, egg, sausage and bacon, egg and spam, egg, sausage and spam, egg, bacon, sausage and spam.
Pretty much, if you've seen it at McDonald's, you can get it in Spam.
That Monty Python sketch was so stupid, and it still makes me laugh. Spam, 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 baked beans, spam, 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 and spam. I'm not actually a fan of Spam. It is, I did buy it once just for the meme of it. It's like, no, this doesn't taste good. No, if I was hungry enough, I'd eat it, but not by choice.
It's not terrible.
I will disagree with you on that one. I took one bite and was like, yeah, I'm not gonna eat this.
I'm not gonna say it's the world's greatest, but yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's not terrible.
I would have to be exceedingly hungry before I would eat Spam again. If I haven't eaten in like 3 days and you give me Spam, I'll wolf it down. But like, you offer it to me as a regular meal, like no. Because I actually bought it. Like I was in the supermarket and I saw it and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy some Spam just for the joke of it. And then like, nope, I'm not eating this. Like, it's a funny joke, but I'm not gonna eat it.
Anchovies and sardines are both gross.
Okay, I don't have a problem with anchovies or sardines. I don't think they should go on pizza. Like the whole thing about anchovies on pizza, yeah, don't do that. But just in general, anchovies are fine.
Yeah, that's not my bag.
But I do like salt, as in like salty food, and as the fact that I will eat Vegemite is proof of. So the fact that anchovies are incredibly salty isn't a deterrent for me, as it is for a lot of people. And sardines are fine. I would eat sardines if I was offered them.
Did you hear that Trump got the Rona?
I actually watched the first little bit of Monkey in the Morning where they were talking about it. I found out because I forget who it was, but someone in chat brought it up just as we were ending the stream with Frosted.
I'm just waiting.
No, I would not understand pizza.
I would out of curiosity. That's
But,
probably about it.
No, I did hear about Trump getting sick, and it raises some interesting questions. Like,
My first,
if he,
my first thought is how long will it be before like the shitbags show their face?
about half a second.
Yeah, and that's being generous.
Yeah, no. As soon as I saw the tweet, it already had 8,000 comments on it. About 7,000 of which were reveling in the fact that he might die. No, I mean, I hope he gets well soon. I mean, he's kind of your country's only hope at this point because I don't want to see a Biden presidency, and I don't even live in the country. So yeah, I hope he recovers. I do think it would be like funny in a horrifying way, like not like comical, but weird and horrifying. If he gave it to Biden at the debate and they both died before the election.
I wonder, like, would it be a special election after that, or like that's an interesting thought.
As I understand it, Pence would become president, and then yeah, I suppose he'd be running against Kamala. And yes, if Biden wins, it's basically going to be Kamala Harris as president. I mean, they even admitted that. They said the Harris administration, with the help of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Like, how much more blatant can they be?
I don't want to call you disingenuous, but
Yeah. No. I've joked that I want Biden to win so I can hear the end of the corn pop story. That I don't want to hear it that much. I don't think it's worth losing the United States as a country to hear the end of the nonsensical anecdote.
yeah.
If Biden wins, I don't think there's a recovery. I don't think there's a way to recover from that because, like, the subversion has sunk its teeth in so much, and Biden would help it along. Like 4 years of Biden / Harris, I think your country's fucked.
I am not going to disagree with you. Well, that's not to say that I'm pro Trump at all, because I'm definitely not.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Like, in 2016, I wasn't pro-Trump, but I was vehemently anti-Hillary.
yeah, I mean, someone who is in that she totally would have won the election had she just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I got a YouTube recommendation of South Park where Mr. Garrison is up against Hillary Clinton for the presidential debate.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. And there's like, whatever he says, just say, my opponent is a liar and cannot be trusted. And then Garrison is like, I shouldn't be here. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. My opponent is a liar and cannot be trusted. I'm like, lady, I'm begging you, get out of your own way. No, that was and I mean, I've gotten a lot more pro-Trump since 2016. I think he's done a decent job. And honestly, it could be anyone up against the Biden-Harris wrecking ball, and I'd vote for them instead. Obviously, I don't get to vote,
Well, and what really gets me is that all these people are saying all this shit about Trump, and
yeah,
most of it, probably true.
I
But
think
but you think in all of the DNC, the two best people are the guy who, he wrote the three strikes rule, and then the gal who used that to keep keep people in jail, like well past their sentences. And that's the best we could do.
yeah.
Not,
I
not much, Mr. Scott. I've been grinding, and we've just been, yeah.
like I think as a person, Trump is a horrible person. Like let's not deny the obvious. He's obviously not a nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't think being a nice guy is a requirement, or even a desirable quality in a president. I think you want a bit of a mongrel. I think you want someone who's got a bit of scumbag in them, who's will like. Can you imagine if he'd been all nicey to China instead of treating them like the shitbags that they are?
Yeah.
Sorry, YouTube. We love China. Don't take the stream down. But like you want someone with a bit of backbone. You want someone who doesn't take shit, and you don't want a nice guy because nice guys are weak, and they're not good leaders. So yeah, I would not want to hang out with Trump. I don't think I'd ever be friends with the guy. But as a leader, I don't have a problem with him.
Yeah, I can't say. I would. No, I just think we're fucked regardless on this one.
I think Trump is at least fighting back. That is what I'll say for him. I'm not saying you're wrong. I think the country's fucked either way, but Trump is at least fighting the fuckedness, whereas Biden would be like, let's embrace it. Let's get as fucked as we can. Let's go full commie.
Yeah.
It's a. All that being said, for anyone in chat, do bear in mind I'm in Australia, the other side of the world, so if I'm saying stuff that makes absolutely no sense, let me know. I'm quite happy to admit I'm probably the less informed of the two of us here.
Not much less.
But so no. I don't live there. I'm not affected by this nearly as much as you guys. So, grain of salt. I could be talking out of my ass.
I was watching you guys on the corner, and Jack brought up Rachel Dolezal.
Oh yes.
And what's really funny is that she's actually a Montanan.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. She's, I think about a 2-hour drive from here.
Oh, wow. You should go visit her sometime. I'm sure she'd love that.
Yeah. Well, so what's really funny is that her parents are like, yeah, we're white.
And Mr. Scott is saying that if America is fucked, so is a lot of the world. Yeah, no kidding. Australia is practically communist. It's barely hanging on by a thread. If America goes down, Australia is going down faster. Like, if you look at what happened with the fucking lockdowns in Victoria, like they have a curfew. Like the government is saying you are not allowed to be outside past, I think it's 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. Like, for fuck's sake. And hashtag Moonbase indeed. I think I'd like to go visit Dog Cat Fox and Scribe.
You know what? I kind of wish, you see those movies where they have all these people in sleep cells, like passengers.
Yeah.
Knock these people out and then just put them on a ship and send them.
Have you read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or?
No.
So what happens in that is the whole reason that humans are on Earth is the planet. I forget the name of the planet, but it was about to get blown up, and so they put all the really important people on one spaceship and all the really useless people on another. And the whole point was to send the useless people into the sun. But instead of that happening, they landed on Earth. And that's the humans.
Yeah.
Like the useless people from I think it was Golga Frinchans or something stupid like that. But all the useless people that they wanted to get rid of, that's who we're actually descended from. And monkeys and apes are actually a lot smarter than us. Was his like kind of basic point.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that it's like a book and a movie and some other stuff.
Yeah. I didn't like the movie. I did like the BBC miniseries, and the books. What my first exposure to the series was, so that's kind of my baseline. I didn't listen to the radio show. I've never heard it, but apparently, Douglas Adams insisted that every single version be slightly different. Like, so there's things in the movies that are different from the books, and the books are different from the radio show, and like he doesn't want there to be one true canon. That he wants, the reader to have multiple versions or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who like one thing over the other.
Yeah, but so like if you get into an argument with someone over where Zaphod Beeblebrox's second head should be, then the official answer is there is no official answer. Because like in the books it says he's got two heads. In the BBC miniseries, he's got two heads like right next to each other. So like on his shoulders there is two necks and two heads. In the movie, he's got his second head on his neck. And like Douglas Adams is clear, both are correct. There is no wrong answer here. I have a YouTube recommendation and I have no idea who these people are.
Yeah, there's. I remember a while ago. I finished. I think it was. It was either Omegon or Morley Gray. I finished one of their videos, and my next, like the next one that showed, it was like from the Million Subs Club.
Oh, okay.
Like all of them were at least 1 million views per video, with an exception of a music video.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pain in the ass.
You know what I found out? Have you heard of the YouTube channel Game Theory?
Yeah.
They have an obscene amount of subscribers. I didn't realize they were that big.
Oh, he ran off.
They have, where is it? 13.2 million subscribers for Game Theory.
Yeah.
That is obscene. He does not deserve 13 fucking million subscribers.
Like, they have good videos, but not that good.
I mean, I watched him way back when he first started. And he was kind of novel. He was like, okay, this is kind of cool. But yeah, they're not like, oh my god, this is amazing. They're just like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, some of them are interesting, theories.
Yeah. But I stopped watching because every fucking video was about Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I don't care. I haven't played the game. I don't want to play the game. I don't care about your theories about the game. Talk about a different game.
Well, what's really funny is my kids are into the not necessarily the game, but they're into the lore.
Okay.
And so they're like, "Hey, can you play this game?" And so I think I played Five Nights at Freddy's 3, I think.
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4. And I would start playing, and as soon as they'd start getting nervous, and then they'd just leave the room. And I'm like, well, I'm not fucking playing this. Like,
yeah, well, not if the reason that you're playing it has left the room.
so we end up watching like a Markiplier playthrough of it.
Fair enough.
I'm like, if you guys are gonna leave every time I do this, no, that's not happening.
Like, from what I've understood of it, all you're really doing is watching video camera footage to try and find the animatronic monsters and make sure the door's closed before it can hit you.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like that's fine, I guess, as a little mini game or a distraction. I'm not paying for that. But yeah, no, I was like going through YouTube and I saw something reminded me of Game Theory, so I went to their channel. It's like 13 million. That is crazy.
And the one thing that really drives me nuts about Game Theory though is, well, every time he talks, he'll hit to the point, and then he'll hit that high pitch, and baby, it's like, good lord, just stop.
Yeah. If Venus and Mars were terraformed, where would you rather live? I think Mars is closer to Earth, like in terms of more similar to Earth than Venus. So I'd go Mars.
No, neither, because they're closest to the sun than the Earth is.
No, Mars is further away.
Oh.
Like, Earth is between Venus and Mars.
Oh, that's right. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Okay. So yeah, Mars.
But I would go Mars because, as I understand it, Mars is more similar to Earth than Venus is, and that seems like a useful way to decide.
Plus, there are a lot of storms on Venus, and that's not my thing.
Well, yeah, I don't know enough about this, but I don't think I think Venus is like very toxic atmosphere. Whereas Mars kind of is too small to have one, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's. No, my official answer would be Mars. All the fat chicks should go to the moon, where it's like you weigh 1/6 what you do on Earth.
Yeah.
Problem solved. That first article is going to stick with me. The one that was saying like ugly white women are basically black women.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was fucked up. Mars is apparently 2/3 or 3/4 the size of Earth. Okay, that sounds about right. But yeah, I would go Mars because I've never heard of anyone wanting to go to Venus. Like all the science fiction is assuming that we terraform Mars, not terraform Venus.
Yeah.
Like there's even a board game called Terraforming Mars.
And
I have.
well, even the Twilight Zone is very anti-Venus.
Hmm. So I think
there's the episode where I think this bus breaks down, and the bus driver's like, "Okay, so there are 10 people on the bus," and everyone's like, "So?" And he's like, "There's 11 of us here. So which one of us doesn't belong?"
Yeah.
And then you come to find out it's the
Bus driver?
I think it was either the bus driver or the guy. Well, no, it was the bus. No, someone. I don't remember who it was, but the guy who was working the restaurant was. I think he was from Mars, and he's just like, "Oh no, we've already got your guys taken care of. Like, no, you're gonna be our slave." It's been a while since I saw it. That's probably not at all what happened, but essentially.
I was watching the Twilight series, the Twilight Zone, on a streaming service in Australia. That I think it's just Channel 10 had its own streaming service, and the streaming service was so bad that I just gave up. Like, you know how there's like 20-something episodes in a season?
Yeah.
Most of the time, it would only show the first 6. So if you clicked on season 2, you could see the first 6 episodes of season 2, and then you had to refresh constantly until it decided to load the remaining 14 or 15 or however many episodes. So once you watch the first 6, sitting there refreshing until it loads the goddamn episodes is more trouble than it's worth. So I just nah, fuck this. I'm out.
Yeah. I like how some of the characters that you play in this game show up in the later.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Well, your main character will show up in number 2, if you save the game.
Oh, right, using the save from the first game to sort of.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, the main character and the guy in the cape. Uh, that guy is in number 2 and 3. And Ted is in 4, which is a prequel.
Well, I have played none of the games in this series, so but that is kind of cool. If you've got like, if you can import an old save, then it'll actually, affect the sequels.
Yeah.
Because I did like that about games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age, like the BioWare stuff, where like it would actually carry your decisions from the first game across. And it was like not major differences; it was just like little references here and there, but still cool.
Yeah, I was wanting to see about getting through the second one, and then seeing if I can get, because it's an emulator, so
Yeah.
I want to see if I can get the file to load for 3, because 3 uses the save file from 2 for added storyline.
Okay, cool.
Because one of the characters in there in the second one is just a little girl, but in 3 she's a more adult.
Okay.
I think maybe teenager age, and she starts telling a story, and then she's like, if you don't have the save file, she's like, but I forgot all that stuff. Like,
Jesus. Subtle.
like, I know there was someone who did this, but I can't really remember anything about him.
That's pretty funny. Like, very bad writing.
Well, I think it's kind of funny how they treat it kind of like it's amnesia. Like, rather than, I remember some guy, name not found. Like,
Man, I do think amnesia is one of those horribly overused things in stories. Like way too frequent. There's been some games that did it well, like Planescape Torment is a great game, and that's all about you losing your memory. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's kind of become past the point of cliche. It's just like, ugh, again.
yeah. When trope doesn't even begin to describe it.
Yeah. Right. It's yeah, Planescape at least had like a good enough story that you could forgive the cheesy premise of Amnesia. It's like that game was fucked up. Some of the stuff you did.
I've never played it.
I recommend it. Take that back. It's very. It's aged poorly. Like, the gameplay is not good. The story is good, but trying to actually play the game is rather frustrating. That said, the actual story parts, some of them are really gruesome. It's like, because the idea is every time this guy dies, he comes back to life. Someone else dies in his place, like just some random person. He comes back to life, but he loses his memory. And so one of the things you can do is, in a previous life, he sold his eyeball to, like, the black market, I guess. And you can buy it back then gouge your existing eye out and put the old eye in, and it gives you like a perception upgrade.
Huh.
And like because you keep coming back to life, uh, you can do stuff that will kill you, and it's fine. Um, like there's someone who wants to feel what it's like to murder someone. He's like, "Give me $100 and I'll let you kill me." He's like, "Deal." And then you just get up like 5 minutes later. And but no, that's an excellent story that is sort of marred by a less than stellar game.
I think I'm probably going to call it. I'm starting to fade out a little bit.
Yeah, well, you made the mistake of being in the United States. If you were in Australia, it's like 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah, well, some things just can't be helped.
Tactical error on your part.
I blame my parents.
Yes, it's all their fault. And I'll just put the game in chat for Mr. Scott. So yeah, Planescape Torment. They apparently did a sequel. I've not played it, so I don't know if it's any good. But Planescape Torment is very, very, very interesting story and adequate game, if barely.
So I think tomorrow, Kenwell and I will be doing another game stream.
Well,
Either we're going to torture ourselves with Cat Quest 2 or something.
hi Pete, you have terrible timing.
Hey Pete, how's it going? Yeah, I'm about to check out here, so
Depending when you do the game stream, I might be watching Mystery Science. So if I can, I'll catch it. Otherwise, I hope it goes well.
yeah. Well, I mean, we'll be doing one in the afternoon.
Okay.
As far as the evening, I'm not exactly sure.
Well, yes. If I'm around, I'll drop by. Otherwise, I'll be Mystery Science Theatering.
All right.
All right. See you guys.
I will talk to you guys later and see you on the next one.